Hey Tom, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Hey, you're the product specialist for Peavey here at the Musikmesse?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. And you show us the new Valve King series.
Absolutely. So, in the new Valve King series, we have the 100 watt head, the 20 watt micro head, which is what we're going to concentrate on, 50 watt combo, and the 20 watt combo. They're both 1x12s. The 100 watt head has 4 6L6s, 2 6L6s in the 50 watt combo, and both the 20 watt combo and head have 2 EL84s as output tubes. And they all have 3 12AX7 preamp tubes. So all tube. The original Valve King, which came out quite a while ago actually.
It was pretty successful.
Well, it was the first sort of Far Eastern built tube amplifier, and what we did as Peavey is we went out there and taught them how to build tube amps. Now obviously that's commonplace now, so lots of people are doing it. However, the Valve King was always successful because it sounded so good. So with the new one, what we wanted to do was take that ethos, move forward so it sounds good. It actually sounds better than it did before, and the Valve King was a great sounding amp. And we've added a whole host of extra output features as well. So it's a 2-channel tube amp. So we have a clean channel. Really nice and warm.
Yeah.
The overdrive channel. With a gain boost as well. So that's fairly simple. 2 channels with a gain boost, so you've got 3 sounds there, foot switchable of course. Now what we have on here is one of Peavey's many patents, which is the vari-class control. So at the moment, it's all the way to the right here, so it's running in Class AB. Class AB means full power. It's using a push-pull system with the tubes to create maximum headroom. As you turn this to the left, it actually gradually subtracts the effectiveness of one of the tubes until we're running in a simulated Class A mode. And basically what that means is we're just using one tube. Class A, most people will know about it. So from clean headroom in Class AB all the way to Class A where you've got... And what that means is you can actually, that clean channel that was all clean and loads of headroom before, we can now drive it into that sort of really overdriven. That's the same clean channel that before was all lovely and headroomy and clean. So,
okay, so it breaks up earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of tones in there. The reverb is an Accutronics reverb. Accutronics, as most people know, very lush. And the cool thing about this is you get a nice sort of...
Yeah, that's reverb.
Even all the way up, it's a nice sort of modulated effect. So, that's only half the story. If we turn this around, you'll see here we have a load of extra stuff on the back. Now, first thing, we can actually attenuate the output. So all the combos, heads, go down from their full wattage down to 25%, and then this one actually goes all the way down to 1 watt. Now that's absolutely brilliant because I've been running this at home at 1 watt in Class A mode on the overdrive channel, playing blues, and it's fantastic. And
but it's still loud 1 watt, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's copable at home, but what you're doing is you're getting all the response of the tubes, so you're getting that real tube feel of a cranked amp at a lower wattage. We also have an MSDI. Now this is another Peavey product. Stands for Microphone Simulated Direct Interface. This is a balanced XLR output, which is basically the sound of a microphone off axis on the speaker. So coming out there, you can go straight into a desk for live. You can actually just come straight out of there. It sounds fantastic.
So not only the it's with a microphone simulation?
Yeah, exactly. It's actually a very famous mic with the numbers 57 in there. It's emulating the sound of that. Now you can use that live. you can use it for recording. What people like to do live is come out of there and use a mic and blend them together. In fact, that's exactly what a band called Dragon Force do. Yeah. Now, you can actually use that for recording, and what the cool thing is, because it's a tube amp, you have to have a load on the speaker, or else the valves blow up. This has a speaker defeat. They all have this. If you put that in, it puts a dummy load onto there, so we can actually run this without a speaker connected. So
you can use it without a speaker. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So recording, you can come straight out there into your audio interface and record the tone, or tube tone. We also have a USB output here.
For tube amp? USB for tube amp?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we're an innovative company. Yeah. So that has the MSDI output, but also it shows the amp up as an audio interface. So you can plug this into a laptop without a speaker connected and have a microphone simulated direct output into your computer, into your DAW, wow, into GarageBand, for instance, and you don't need anything else. So a tube amp as an audio interface. We also have an effects loop on the back here and 2 foot switch inputs, one for channel and the boost, and one for reverb and the loop.
That makes it pretty complete.
It is
complete.
It's an amazing amp. The great thing is, it sounds amazing without all those additional features, but with those, it's just a really complete system. All those features are available on all the amps. The difference with the combos in the head, we actually have an independent EQ for each channel because we have to cram it into this. Now, I actually find that whatever you set the EQ to for a clean channel is perfect for the crunch tone, but these just give you that little bit of extra versatility there. And we also have a damping control, which when you turn it all the way around to loose, changes the damping factor of the power amp, so your speakers actually move more, producing more low end. On the head, we have separate resonance and presence controls. The resonance actually does that. That's another Peavey patent as well. So that's the new Valve King series.
So what we have here is the Viper Pro series. It's a modeling amplifier of Peavey.
Absolutely. This is the most advanced modeling amplifier out there. For everything I'm going to show you, what's important to remember with this is that it uses our trans-tube circuitry. So trans-tube is something we introduced with the Peavey Bandit in 1995 when we re-released it, and it's what it is.
It's a solid state thing.
Yep, it's our way of emulating how a tube amp works. Yeah. It's really cool. Basically, it's through various different stages. We bring them all together, and you actually get the feel and tone of a tube amp, especially when you start turning it up. The most important thing to remember is it's an analog preamp. Yeah. So all the distortions, all the guitar tones you hear are coming from an analog circuit, because digital doesn't really work with guitars, as people have found out. And as you turn it up, it fits in the mix, you can use it live, and it feels and sounds great. However, with this, it's incredibly versatile amplifier. So what we have is 4 different slots here, and in there we can load any amp, stomp box or effects module we like and combine them in any way we wish. And then also in the first slot here we can load an instrument model, which is something we first did on the VIP Viper. So you can emulate a 12-string, a 7-string, an acoustic, even a bass in there. So what you can actually do is you can run up to 4 amps in parallel. You could run 3 stomp boxes and an amp. You could do as we're doing here, which is an instrument model, a stomp box, an amplifier, and a rack effect. Or we can run an amp and 3 effect. You get the idea. It's incredibly versatile what you can actually do. And then it's really simple. You can just click on all these. You have full parameters here. We have our WYSIWYG system, which is what you see is what you get. So you can always see your settings, because with amplifiers of a modeling nature, sometimes you may change the parameter. You can't actually see what's changed internally. But here, you can see the setting, yeah. Exactly. Here you can see the pre-gain, the low, mid, high EQ, and the post-gain as well. Also, we have additional delay and reverb to add on top of these 4 models, but we also have multiple types of delay and multiple types of reverb. So you can go in, edit, and so here we have an analog delay, but we can have digital delay, modulation delay, tape delay, tube delay, and then we have all the relevant parameters, up to 5 parameters for some effects as well that you can edit. And the same with reverb. We have spring reverbs, rooms, gated reverbs, cathedrals, etc. What we can also do is edit all the input and output options So, for the inputs, you can actually turn the noise gate on and off. You can turn a bright switch on and off, and this is per preset as well. So if you just want a particularly bright preset, you can have the bright switch on. You can change the input sensitivity as well. So if you have a lower output guitar that you use for a certain preset, you can boost that. Exactly. You can change the gate sensitivity and threshold, and you can also edit the wah intensity. Now, with the new Sampera Pro foot controller, all the expression pedals are assignable to any effect parameter. So you could use this. So, for instance, for the wah, you can change the intensity on there, but also you could assign this to, say, delay level or rate of chorus, for instance. So it's all fully assignable, very editable. Also, output options. We have a variable boost, which is foot switchable as well, and we can adjust the level of the boost there. Looper level, we can actually have it for when you're using the looper, which is in the amp, accessible by the foot controller. If you want the looper to be louder, you can edit it on there. Now, the looper is actually a looper that you can overdub with. Yeah. So you can do multiple layers and keep adding as you go. Presence and resonance controls and additional master volume. We also have the ability to send MIDI program changes out the back, which ties in nicely with our AT200 guitar with the auto-tune functions from Antares on there. So switching a preset, you can change all these different parameters that I've covered and also change the tuning on an Antares auto-tune guitar, for instance. Very comprehensive. Now, on the back panel, we have an effects loop, we have an MSDI, microphone simulated direct interface, balanced XLR out, which sounds like there's a microphone in the cab. We can also defeat the speaker, so you can run just the MSDI out without having to use the amplifier. We also have a power soak, which this is a 100-watt amplifier, so it's loud. We're known for being quite loud at Peavey. And you can actually turn the power soak down and bring the wattage down, so you can get the trans tube effect, because like a tube amp, when you start cranking it, it does change the reaction. You can get that at a lower volume. This is a dual processor amplifier. One of the processors in there is there to help with the USB port. So the USB port is actually a very high-end USB port. So the converters are excellent, no noticeable latency. So using this as an audio interface, it ties in with the Pro name. You know, it's very high-end. So very editable, lots of features. It is the most advanced amplifier that's out there, but it's also got analog tone with a trans tube system, and that is the Viper Pro.
So it's a pretty complete system. Pretty.
Absolutely. I mean, if there's something you can't do with this, then that's a very sad thing.